Today's video brings together power, intelligence, and some truly wild encounters. Get ready, wowtv is taking you into incredible animal moments right now. It all started as a normal fishing trip until a 330-pound tapir showed up out of nowhere. Keeping a rowdy bull in the pen is no easy task, even for its own trainer. You're watching a full-on territorial showdown between two hippos. And it looks like neither one is backing down anytime soon. The leopard knew exactly what it came for. The unleashed doggo was its target. Facing the king of the savannah alone, this farmer chose courage to protect his herd. In Hong Kong, a wild boar thrashed free when police struggled to restrain it. It was simply an instinct of self-defense when provoked. A proud horse doesn't bow down that easy, buddy. Here's the moral of the story. Predators aren't friendly.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
That guy's back up. Oh, don't.
Oh, look at the big one in front of us.
Oh!
Holy
Hey, come on! Hey, stop! That's enough.
Thank goodness there was a professional elephant trainer here.
That's enough, my boys. That's enough. Steady, my boys. Steady, take it easy.
Oh shit. Right here?
Because of their sensitive nature, manatees will slip away the moment they sense a human nearby. Bet you didn't even see when the third one showed up. Thank God, no real damage done, except for the poor windshield wiper. Thinking its territory on the Scottish Highlands was threatened, this capercaillie didn't hesitate to charge.
Hey! Ah! Fast! Hey!
This was terrifying. A crazed water buffalo charged straight into the street in China. Fortunately, no injuries were reported. In this jungle, there's a guardian, and you don't get in without its permission. This is what happens when you try to enter uninvited. And it's not just tourists on land. Even divers get chased off. Hunger woke the beast inside this giant, and the roof was only the first stop on its search for food.
Oh purée. Oh là, il est en train de tout défaire.
When the noise went too far, the peacemaker stepped in with authority. The male gorilla's misbehavior was instantly corrected by his own friend. The steel cage dive brings you face to face with the ocean's giant assassin. But just one close encounter is enough to make any diver want to call it quits early.
Oh, the blood, wow.
Go. You almost got it. No. Slow. Oh.
Faced with the fierce defense of the Guardian, the raccoon had to give up on stealing from this house. Looks like someone just got their belongings seized for disturbing the peace underwater.
The cheetah took off and ran away there.
The zebras do not welcome cheetahs hanging around. With sharp instincts and perfect timing, the cat gave her owner a moment of relief. Note to the future. Number 1, don't get too close to bison. Number 2, stay still so you don't set them off. An intruder hiding in the garage was enough to set Sheba on alert. And of course, he wasn't about to let any danger stay for long. In Colorado, traffic jams caused by elk are pretty common, especially in the fall. It's also one of the rare chances to see them up close.
It's a hammerhead, dude. What's he doing? I don't know. No, he's not 10.
Those tiny footsteps belong to Dubai gulls, known for resting and keeping watch from the rooftops across the Gulf.
You're all wondering why is there
Hey, that's a bit too aggressive.
why is there a 45-year-old man wearing a helmet around this goat farm? Well, that's easy.
Street thieves are getting bolder these days. When hippos battle for territory, it's savage, but also hilarious. A 10-foot python was found inside a family's bedroom.
โบ๊ะเลยค่อยๆค่อยๆค่อยๆมาไปงูเขียวนะครับไม่หาคุณ
A new up-close way to photograph lions. It's a daring move, only for those who come fully prepared. Do you remember this scene from The Rise of the Planet of the Apes? It played out in real life in Thailand. A familiar reaction to an uninvited, no-legs guest right at the front door. A tiger shows up right next to your tent. That's a real heart-stopping moment.
Overraskende mer og mer utsatt blir sosiale kretser, og hun mistet enhver form for kontakt med venner og familie.
What started as curiosity quickly turned into chaos. That deer went wild. Better run for it. Thanks to his quick-thinking buddy, the diver slipped out of the shark's sights.
They do spit, and he just did. They do spit, and damn it! Ow! Come on, get out of here! Shh, shh, shh. Nice. Jump. Oh!
Oh my God, did he bite him?
All right, I think it's better to not go any closer. But, oh yeah.
Cobra chickens always find a way to mess with people. Failing to recognize its own cub, chaos erupted in the African wild. Only the male lion's arrival finally put an end to it. A leopard walked into the city. It sparked fear amongst locals until authorities finally caught it. Even with an adorable baby monkey, hands off. Its mother won't like it. A snow leopard sets a meticulous plan in motion. Its eyes locked on the alpine ibex. What follows is a grueling chase across treacherous cliffs, pushing both to their limits. In the end, it's nothing short of spectacular as the ibex escapes and dives safely into the lake. The fence was no match for the strength of the bison.
Oh, you snapped it, you little turkey.
With sharp hunting instincts but poor calculation, the hawk failed, stopped cold by the car's windshield.
What you got in there?
An uninvited guest is helping itself to a snack box at this Lake Tahoe campsite. Park rangers say bears often show up here, mostly because campers leave their food out in the open.
But I want to check out the ice chest.
The quickest way this elephant finds food? Block a van and dig through the stuff. Oh my God! Now I know what it feels like to be targeted by an ocean assassin. Florida never runs out of unexpected visitors. Watch how this guy handles the gator. Facing an enemy almost impossible to beat. I've got to admire his spirit. A peaceful walk turned into chaos when a raging bobcat charged at a woman and her dog. Neighborhoods bordering the forest are prime targets for mountain lions. Luckily, this one walked away, and everyone was unharmed.
Underwater?
This seal didn't seem too pleased with the surprise visit.
There's an octopus on my boat!
No way!
A leopard jumped over the wall and slipped into a home for a quick hunt. But the dog's sudden fight back shut that plan down instantly. The great white shark is known as one of the most dangerous creatures in the ocean. Mostly because you never know what it's going to do next.
Bang!
Now that's a passionate banana toss. Definitely worth a consolation prize.
How'd that bite so?
We all know you're not supposed to feed the bears. What brought all these lone hunters to the same spot? Looks like word about lunch travels fast in the cheetah world. Known as masters of disguise of the ocean, even this octopus struggles to escape a shark's hunt. The seal wasted no time showing you what happens when you cross its line. A chimpanzee escaped from a zoological park in Japan, turning the whole neighborhood upside down. It was a tense encounter between a climber and a hungry bear. But thankfully, it all ended peacefully.
Oh, now he don't want to get out. Well, now go check your car.
It was heartbreaking. No one noticed the dog lying motionless on the street, except two strays. Luckily, the owner realized what was happening and rushed in just in time. And those daily meals soon led to something bigger, a new home for the two little heroes who never gave up. A cute little misunderstanding, but it perfectly shows his always-on alertness. No eye contact, no photos, or you might just end up being chased by a hippo. The break-in plan was going smoothly until he ran into the house's guardian.
Oj jävlar! Jävlar!
In this wild showdown, it's the street vendors who end up taking the biggest hit.
Dale, Tania. Dale por la...
Atravessando esse rio, será? Ixi, passa por cima do bicho, cara. Aí.
Excuse me, mind if I hitch a ride for a bit?
Mais um! Mais um!
The male lion is the living shield, guarding his lionesses against every threat. That's why a battle for a mate is about to erupt. But there's nothing fair when the numbers are stacked against one side. An MMA fight under the sea. Ready? The moray eel hits first, but quickly backs off after an unexpected armor shock counter. What would you do in this case? One careless move turned the horse into a target for the predator lurking beneath the still waters. But in the end, the hunt collapsed against a spirit that refused to break. The eagle's greatest weapon in a clash is its powerful talons. Every strike is a crushing grip that forces its rivals to think twice before coming closer.
What's coming? What?
In this case, is running the best option? No. The key is to scream loud and look fierce enough to scare them off. I bet he's smiling because that unexpected mishap just scored him an unplanned day off.
There is a deer in the dining room. Hi, little fella. Hi. Oh my God! Stop.
Hello. It's me, your Birkin bag. Hello.
Oh my gosh, here he goes. He's moving. Wow. Oh my God, he's going on the boat.
A slick and snappy move of a master thief.
He just stole our chips.
When your opponent's twice your size, run! A 2,000-pound camera. And to this lioness, it's nothing more than a new toy. The largest land mammal in North America just taught the most common vehicle in North America a lesson. Standing up to one of their own can be the hardest choice, but the white dog did it to protect a tiny, helpless cat. Wild boars can get aggressive when they feel threatened. In unfamiliar places like neighborhoods, they're quick to lose control.
Oh, you love my hair, don't you?
A little curious, a little friendly. This wild cat seems to fall in love with this man's hair.
Oh, you're getting a haircut, Barry.
A hairdo. It's my first hairdo in 20 years. Ah.
It made me jump. It's that cheeky one. Oh, what is that? I can't do anything about it. Carl, I can't do anything about it. Stop it.
Let's scare it.
Beep. What is it, Carl?
Three little agents showed that you don't have to be big to be a hero. A wild coyote's break-in plan got cut short, thanks to the furry gatekeeper on duty. Horns are its natural weapon when facing an enemy.
It's the YouTube moment, man. Get out of there.
This tiger provocation taught the hyena a costly lesson. Watch the first dog's reaction the moment the man steps back. Then another loyal protector rushes in. A flawless team effort that left the snake with no chance at all. Lion encounters are on the rise in India, as urban expansion continues to encroach on their natural habitat. A lone dog faced a troop of monkeys, and it refused to back down. A noisy little adventure in the human world for this tiny squirrel. Training wild animals is never easy, especially when their instincts suddenly kick in. Seeing their own reflection for the first time, the chimps instantly went on defense. This was one unusual greeting, and it left him nervous instead of happy.
Right on the ground.
Oh, back up the tree.
That's good, really tough.
Oh, my God.
Got him, good.
My God.
The garage owner could only watch helplessly as a moose wrecked his shop. Good news, the intruder didn't stick around for long. The Komodo dragon just wanted to drop by the shop, but it's clear no one was eager to welcome this terrifying guest.
I want that video.
With these counterattacks, the goat shows off his strength. She definitely wasn't thrilled about becoming the crow's unwilling target. In Bangkok, a resident discovered a 3-meter python closing in on a cat's cage after hearing its cries. A brave move saved the cat, but remember, always call wildlife experts first. Under the claws of an aerial predator, the pup was lucky to break free by inches. As a lone predator, the tiger was just about to take down its prey. But unlucky for it, Gower fight as a herd. When the threat level rises, crabs unleash a smoke display to defeat their enemies. A mother hen grows especially alert when any threat comes near her chicks. Watch the showdown between two species that define the struggle for survival on the African savanna. No one expected the tables to turn, all because of the young antelope's fall. The duel won't end until one of these two stubborn animals finally gives in. Not every hunt ends in success, even for the queen jaguar. For a swan, any curiosity directed at her babies is simply unacceptable.
Крылышко. Ой, папа тут такой герой. Герой, молодец.
Today's wrestling tournament stars two battle-ready kangaroo contenders. Oh boy, it looks like today's gonna be a tough one for this fox. Don't forget, bananas are our all-time favorite. Every goal is within reach when you work as a team.
Капец. Не козлёка, хоть очки думает.
This collaboration definitely deserves a reward to match. Young animals are often the lion's target because of their little defense. But this time, the hunters were unlucky. They ran into a formidable mother. The lion, top of the food chain, built for battle. Every prey that crosses its path fears and flees. But sometimes, the king pays a heavy price when its prey fights back ferociously.
Oh, man.
The buffalo may have taken control of the encounter, but let's hope it remembers this lesson. The thunderous roar echoes through the forest, and two brown bears shake the ground beneath them. Every swipe is a declaration of war for dominance over this land.
Got it all.
Are you recording these?
Yeah, I got the whole thing.
This is the very definition of a battle with no clear winner. How rude! These sea lions aren't letting anyone near their colony.
Not over here,
For Nashville, this home allows no intruders, and every trespass comes with a price.
Oh my God!
two robbers thought their plan would be an easy one, until a loyal dog showed up and shut it down.
They saw the dog and they jumped in the vehicle and took off. And one of them lost a shoe.
Hey! No photos here! Especially no selfies! In the animal world, some thieves move faster than a motorbike. Good thing the snake only went for his cap.
Någonstans där. It's a fucking weird log.
Ready? One. Easy to later, walk back.
With 300 pounds of pure power, the seal is not someone to mess with.
Get out! Stay away from me! Moving! I've got a report in you! I'm calling the police!
The troublemakers were stirring up chaos.
Call the police! Get out! You're on camera!
But within seconds, the dog appeared like a true defender, restoring peace to its home. There's one rule in nature that's never meant to be broken. Never mess with the mother's child. To protect her baby, the mother cat feared nothing, even when facing a much bigger opponent. Feels like something's missing. Let my editor drop in some music. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore.
กระถินสู้มันลูกกระถินสู้มันกระถินอย่าไปกลัว
Times have changed, when even the king of the jungle is scared of a tiny creature. Up next, what animal dares to face a bear? Oh, it's a cat.
Owls hurt.
Today's police mission wasn't tailing a criminal. It was escorting a herd of wild boars across the street.
Anna, it's good to see you, Mommy. Oh, you're not moving.
Good to see you too.
Let me tell you a little secret up close, Mommy.
I want the gloves.
Local police got a call about an intruder in a second-floor apartment.
Get it.
It's a turkey, not a tiger.
Yeah, it's gonna scratch you. Have you hunted turkey before?
But when they opened the door, a surprise was waiting inside.
I see it.
How big is it?
It's walking around. It's not a tom, so that's good. Yeah. I told you it's getting 2 of these, Brady.
Get it or not?
Got in one room. Got him. Hey! Well done. All right, now I just don't know 2.
After several attempts, officers finally managed to remove it and restore peace to the family's home. Rhinos are highly sensitive to strange movements in their territory. This tour quickly turned into an unplanned escape. A crocodile stirred fear across a neighborhood in Western Australia, and police officers underestimated it when they tried to restrain the beast. A wallaby dropped by Hamilton Base Hospital for a surprise visit. The timing couldn't be more perfect, because this happened on none other than Australia Day. This pack of cheetahs is making sure your ticket was worth every penny. Step 1 in running for president of the animal kingdom.
Whether you love me or hate me, you gotta vote for me.
This cat thought its snack hiding plan was flawless, until the food mysteriously vanished. the grand finale for this unwanted home intruder. The honey badger's strength will make you see it in a whole new light. From the underdog, it quickly changes the tide and dominates its opponent.
Yes. He's gonna eat it now. He's going to eat the...
Yes.
In a split second, a peaceful neighborhood turned into a battleground as a fierce leopard burst onto the scene. In the wild, there's no room for carelessness. One small mistake can cost a life. What would you do if one day thousands of bats were hanging inside your own home? A quiet night suddenly turned chaotic because of two lions. A kangaroo hopped through a shopping center before breaking into a cafe. Thanks to quick-acting volunteers, its city adventure soon came to an end. The wild lizard just dropped by to say hello, but clearly, it wasn't exactly a welcome guest. With an incredible leap, the stingray escapes its predator, avoiding becoming a shark's breakfast. The final warning has been delivered. Even a trainer isn't spared from the fury when stepping into a rhino's turf. The rooster stood its ground, protecting the hens from an aggressive hawk. That's pure territorial instinct and the fearless courage of a leader.
Don't fall in, Emily.
I'm fine. It's cold. Look. Oh my God! It's on my legs!
Hold on! I got you! Don't let go!
Which animal moment made you go wow the most? We'd love to hear what you think. See you next time, and get ready for the next episode of Wow Animals.